Hi, ma'am. Very good evening. How are you?
Evening, how are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty well. What about you?
All well, thank you so much. All right, so before we jump in, since it's our first session together today,
Yeah, yeah.
we also want to get a background as to what your goal is through these one-on-one sessions. So whenever we have a session or in this session, I'm able to customize it according to your needs. So what is
Okay.
it that you're looking for?
So, yeah, let me tell you my introduction so that you can get to know that why I am here.
Absolutely.
I am Anju Chaurasia and I'm connecting you from Noida. I
All
am a
right.
mother of two, and by profession, I am running my own YouTube channel. So, after 5 years of gap, I have started my journey again.
All
So,
right.
it's very hard to cope up with new trends, and
Absolutely.
also I have little bit the communication gap, and also the I want to restart my communication skill and confidence building. So that's why I'm taking this kind of session that will definitely help me to grow
All right.
as a good communicator, and as well as so that I can clearly present my thoughts in my to my audience. Yeah, so this is my purpose behind joining this Clapingo classes.
There are certain basics that you, for learning a language, that you need to keep in mind. Number one, stop comparing yourselves to anybody who speaks very fluent, very quick English. The reason is everybody has had different time periods to master or polish their language. So do
Very.
not have this thing in mind that you need to learn it within 3 months, you learn it between 4 months or 5 months is my target, that I need to be like this, I need to be like that. Fine. You should set a target that this is what I need to achieve in 5 months. But don't think that you will be able to cover an entire language in 5 months.
Hmm.
The reason? Because English is a language which is very funny in nature. So it is very unpredictable, right? With that, the way what you write is different from how you speak it. What you speak is very different from, the interpretation you derive out of it. So it's a vicious cycle when it comes to a language. So just be yourself. Number three, don't be anxious when you're talking to somebody who is able to speak in English. That is the best time for you to learn from somebody and to prove to yourself that you're very confident. What happens is our mind tells us to shut off, that
Hmm.
I will not talk in English with this person. Why? Because what if they judge me? Trust me, nobody will judge. They
Yeah,
will
everybody is
understand,
not a
probably they
trainer.
will try to speak on the same level as you to help you.
Yes.
Exactly. And I understand that everybody is not a trainer, or you feel that they might not help me. But you
Hmm.
need to help yourself.
Yeah.
As simple as that. If you need to let go of that fear that you have in mind, that somebody will judge me if I speak in a certain way, somebody will judge me if I do this, or he or she is very fluent in speaking English, what will happen to me if I, speak in the way I speak with them? Will they judge me? That is not for you to decide.
Hmm.
Your thing or your task at hand is to speak as confidently and fluently as possible for you, to get that thing out of your head. You might not have to meet them again. Maybe they are just a stranger. Maybe you are shopping at a mall, you're asking somebody for help. So start off with small, small things. I'm not asking you to give a lecture at a university hall, but I'm asking you to practice speaking in, even if the environment that you're surrounded in currently does not support you to speak in English consistently. You can create an environment around you. That is how you learn a language. The quickest and the easiest and the most efficient way for any individual to learn a language is to speak it. The more you'll speak, the better you will get at it. That is what you need to remember. Right. Now, moving on. So, fluency, vocabulary, pronunciation, and polishing are the basic targets for you that you want to
Yeah.
achieve through these sessions, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do an activity. I call it the story building activity. All right.
Okay.
What happens in this activity is I give you 2 lines in English. You need to, because what you speak is very essential, because if you think, then you speak. Sometimes we just keep on waiting and the person is standing in front of us as to what the reply to the situation might be. So for that, we need to bridge that gap between being quick. So this is also verbal reflexes. That is something we need to work on. when we learn a language, we have to make sure, because we are not used to using the language every single day. So
Hmm.
we have to cover up that gap as well, where we say verbal reflexes. So if I give you 2 lines of the story, I want you to take 2 minutes, think about it, but tell me the rest of the story. You can make the story in whatever manner that you want. All right.
Okay.
The first sentence for the story is that Anya was a little girl who was coming back home from school. Anya was a little girl who was coming back to home from school. Second part of the sentence is, on her way back home, she saw a garden. Understood? Number one, Anya was a little girl who was coming back from school. On her way home, she saw a garden. Now you can make a story out of it.
So I have to narrate a whole story. We have to make a chain of story. Like I
Whole
will.
story, but you have to continue from the 2 sentences. Yeah, yeah. You have to continue from the 2 sentences that I've given to you, and then you can create the rest of the story on your own.
Okay.
Yes.
So Anya was a little girl
Hmm.
who comes from her school, and on
Hmm.
her way she looks at the garden. She was
All right.
extremely happy when she saw a garden
Hmm.
where she saw lots of swings, and there's a big playground where she
Hmm.
can play.
All right.
Uh, she rushed to the home, and she asked her mother, Mama, what happened today? While I was coming to home, so I saw a garden. That was a very beautiful garden. There are lots of trees, and there are lots of kids were playing in that garden. And I want to go now. So her mother asked her, you should first rest for some time, take your meal, then we'll go in the evening. But Anya was very upset. She said, Mama, I want to go now because I have seen my friends were also playing there. So Mama said, okay, do one thing. Let's have your lunch first, then we'll go after your lunch. Then Anya was so excited and happy. She just finished her lunch within a 5 or 10 minutes. So Mama was very happy because today Mama made whatever the green vegetables Mama offered to Anya. Anya ate very happily. Then Mama and Anya went to a beautiful park and that garden. And Mama was extremely happy because Mama also enjoyed the beauty of nature, and lots of children were playing in the garden. And they are also they came with their parents as well. So Mama started chatting with their parents, and Anya started playing in the garden happily. So this is how they spend whole day in the park, and the evening they come back happily from the park.
Wonderful. Very good story. And good thinking reflexes as well. So that's good. Honestly, very good story. A good initiative. All right.
Thank you so much.
So let's try another activity. Okay, we can't do the picture from thing. Okay, first, before we jump into this, I would like to know, are there certain activities that you're doing on your own, except for the sessions that you're having with anybody to
No,
help
ma'am.
with your English?
No, right now, actually, I hardly get the time. You can understand that I'm in a joint
That-
family and I'm mother of two, so I hardly get the time.
There's a lot of
And simultaneous, I have to work on my social presence also. So it's really difficult. I'm not doing any kind of activity, but although I would say that I have the experience of like a various fields, so that's why I got the good exposure of this language. But
all right.
in the gap of 5 years, maybe
Mhm.
somehow I am missing something. That's why I am again trying to like
Cover the
brush
gap.
up my
Understandable, absolutely understandable. All right, I'll give you this very easy activity. There is no
Hmm.
time limit to this activity. This is just for self-confidence
Okay.
and for fluency. That is only for you to do. All you need to do is you need to stand in front of the mirror whenever you get time.
Hmm.
You can start off with a few seconds at first, then you can build it up to a minute. whatever the time period you probably think in your mind for yourself, there is no upper limit to it or lower limit
Hmm.
to it. It is just
Hmm.
for your personal growth. All right. All you need to do is when you look into the mirror, you look into your own eyes,
Hmm.
like at eye level. Okay. Then you speak in English whatever you want to. Imagine you are giving a speech to somebody. Imagine you have to recite in front of 50 people. So if you can imagine you can become the principal or whatever you want to, but you have to talk without a paper, without anything, without written, without chat GPT, without anything.
Hmm.
Try to speak. Now, what this will do is initially you will not be able to cross the 30-40 second mark also because you will get conscious. You will
Hmm.
forget what you're speaking. Why? Because you're totally focused. I have to look in the eyes.
Hmm.
Or, it is just like it's so awkward looking at my own self. So these thoughts will creep into your mind. The whole point of this activity is that you overcome all of this.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, even if you're not looking at yourself, when we are talking to somebody in a setup, whether physically you're meeting them for an important meeting or collaboration or anything, you have to look the person in the eye. That gives off the confidence when you know the language.
Hmm.
So that is something you have to work on in the longer run because that is required. That's the requirement
Right.
of the things that you're doing. That is requirement of the career that you are in. So because you primarily deal with being online and your presence and the very aura that you need to create of confidence, even if you're teaching people that you have to portray that.
Hmm.
That is very important for you. So with that factor, I would want you to gain that confidence naturally also so that nobody can question that or call you out on that. So just stand in front of the mirror, look into your eyes and talk to yourself. No matter how long it takes, this is a lifelong exercise you can keep on doing whenever you feel,
Hmm.
not just for a language, for personal motivation also. It is a very basic psychological exercise that we make people do. So this
Hmm.
will help you out a lot. So try doing this. Maybe this helps you out. Maybe not immediately, but over the period of time, you'll start sensing that your confidence is increasing and you started talking in English with everybody and anybody around you. Even if you're going out alone to shop or to buy anything, you're talking in English. So that gives you that boost of confidence.
Hmm.
Secondly, what you can do is you can start writing sentences. 5 sentences a day. Right. Now with these 5 sentences, if we have basic words, like I say, I do not wish to eat the basic vegetables today, or the vegetable made today for lunch is very boring. That is something, or we make it frequently.
Hmm.
Something on those lines if we take. Now, if I want to change this boring word or something on a daily basis word, I want something which is very polished in nature. I'll use the word mundane, mundane, mundane,
Monday.
mundane. So now what I will do is whenever I try to speak this word,
Hmm.
whenever I try to say boring, whenever I try to say day to day or something frequent, on
Hmm.
those lines, I might just use the word mundane instead of the basic words.
So mundane means the boring.
Mundane means routine like, boring, on those lines.
Okay. Fine.
So what if I want to use a polished version of the word? Why not use that? This is
Hmm.
how you'll create links. So you can start with 2 sentences.
Hmm.
You write those basic sentences down. Then you rewrite those sentences with the synonyms of the words that you found out. You can
Hmm.
replace those words. As a result, you will have a more polished vocabulary over a period of time as well. And then when you're doing the self-help activity through the mirror exercise, maybe you start speaking these words to yourself again and again.
Hmm.
You will start using them in your daily life. Anyways, that will help you polish your English. So this is how, because you have to learn from somewhere. Because what happens is the people who say you can learn from a newspaper, you can read from books, you can watch TV series. I'm not saying it's not right, but that also comes once you know what you're talking about or know what you're hearing. Then you keep picking up stuff gradually once it becomes a habit. But for
Hmm.
you to make it a habit, you have to reach that level. Newspapers, I am a supporter of newspapers and learning English from newspapers. Only thing that I would like to add further is once you feel confident enough, don't just read from a newspaper in your mind. Speak when you read. Like you are a journalist and you read out the whole article. This will help in your pronunciation. This will help in your fluency also and your speaking speed. That will help, but not immediately because if you don't know what the meaning of the word is, you will only
Hmm.
keep on searching and Googling the entire article. So Give it a couple of months, give it a couple of weeks till you're able to reach that level. And once you've reached that level, maybe then you can work further on that. All right. Before I ask the next question, do you have any fears in your mind when it comes to English?
No, I don't think.
All
And
right.
even I don't have any fear. Like whatever I know, and I maybe I am making some mistakes, but I know that I'm able to express my idea in front of anyone. I'm
All right.
not worried about what others people think about me,
Hmm.
because if I always think about others, I cannot move forward in my life. And it happens continuously. It is not, I'm not very young. I am in like near my 40s, so I know how to handle the people. So I'm
Absolutely.
not thinking about others. See what
Mhm.
people will think about me. Yes, I am on social media. That's why I'm little bit conscious about my speech.
Understand.
And I don't want that anybody point in my, like, if I am making mistakes, so I can't tell you people that you can improve in this way. So I
Absolutely.
have lots of experience and I have the exposure also, but somehow I want to be more fluent and more confident if I have the clarity about this language. That's the reason. And no, I'm not worried about anything that how much time I need to put in this.
Mhm.
Whatever the time it will take, I'll do that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
But sometimes what happens is, I absolutely agree with you. So the
Yeah.
years of experience that you have only add on to you as an advantage, which
Yeah.
is a good thing because you don't have anything which is holding you back.
Yeah.
Sometimes what happens because people have the fear because they're conscious about it. That
Hmm.
is what stops them from even speaking English in a public setting. That
Yeah.
is something that I wanted to ask whether there is any fear in your mind. But you answered my correct. I'm so sorry. Okay. But you answered my question absolutely correctly. So, all right.
I want to ask this few things, like,
Sure,
for
please do.
example, uh, I have a knowledge and I have the vocabulary, whatever I know, that is a very basic, right? I
Right.
want to learn little bit modern, more advanced word. So
Mm.
one exercise you already have told me,
Yes.
so that is perfectly okay for me, and I'll definitely work on it. But
Wonderful.
still, if I want to approach like few, like 50, I want to learn like 50 words that will definitely change my whatever I'm speaking in day to day life. So
Yes.
how I can find out those words that will fit in my real life conversation? So how
All
I
right.
can find out?
The sentences that I asked you to write, the activity that I have given to you is for
Hmm,
your daily words only.
hmm,
What this will do is this will gradually change all the basic or mundane daily words that you use into the polished English version words. Because you'll
okay.
start researching, you'll start looking into things, you'll know more synonyms. Maybe you find a way better polished version of the same word. So
Hmm,
this will actually help you get advanced in terms of speaking the language.
hmm,
This will only be an added advantage. So this is not that you may need to make a hypothetical sentence out of something. This is
hmm,
that you're making the basic sentence out of everything. So
hmm.
that is what I want you to
And
do.
I love the way you taken the initiative
I would
to,
love to help
yeah,
you because you are doing
definitely.
such a wonderful job. I mean,
Hmm, hmm,
you are pursuing something after so many years. I mean, this speaks volumes about you with the kind of confidence that you have. It takes guts to be there. And how you're managing everything, I should say, it's hats off because you're managing home, you're managing a career, you are taking care of your children as well, and you're focusing there. So it's a big deal. I think YouTube is a great platform for you to be on because you're not just teaching people, you're also telling people that you can manage it all. It is doable and then you can
yes.
find a way out of it. It is also motivating as a matter of fact. So I would love to help you out, and I also will learn so much from you. Honestly, I don't. It's a mutual situation. It's
Yeah, yeah.
only that you only learn
Hmm,
one.
hmm.
Whoever
Definitely.
is on the other side also teaches you a lot of things, whether silently or
Yeah,
not. So I'll
yeah.
learn a few things. So I'll be
Hmm.
very happy to help you out.
Maybe in the flow I commit mistake.
I understand.
So how I can like,
Mm-hmm.
my fluency is little bit, I think I am speaking so fast, that's the reason I'm
All
committing
right.
mistake. So
All right.
how I can work on it?
Okay. I'll ask you one question before we jump into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
solution for this. Do you translate English from Hindi or whatever language you speak in your mind before you speak?
Not every time.
Not every time.
Yeah.
What happens is sometimes when we do it, sometimes when it is something new that we are talking about,
Hmm.
what happens is Hindi grammar is very different because Hindi grammar has genders, male
Hmm.
and female, just like French. When it comes to English, English does not have that. English has one basic unified gender. Sometimes the conversion is not the English that you're speaking is not incorrect. It is that the conversion is not accurate.
Hmm.
So avoid whenever you can, think in English and speak in English, number one. Number two, whenever you're talking with somebody, avoid rushing the conversation, irrespective how slow it may sound. If you're speaking, you're speaking.
Hmm.
The reason is when you are slow, your mind tells you to calm down.
Hmm.
When you're mentally calm, you will consciously not make an effort because you're thinking in English, you're speaking in English. When you're rushing, suddenly you are thinking 100 things. You're thinking about, I have to talk about this, oh, I should not miss this pointer, oh, this should not happen. So everything becomes a amalgamation of everything. And then you can't really bifurcate what you're trying to say. Hence, you make
Hmm.
a mistake. That is why. So just calm your thoughts down. Try to present it in a very not formal, but in an organized manner. Once that happens, trust me, these thoughts and these fumbles will clear up. But that has to be a conscious activity, but
Yeah.
it takes some time because you're so habitual to speaking.
Correct.
For me, if I speak 100 things, so I
Hmm.
might put grammar here and there when I speak. That is very natural. It
Actually,
happens.
whatever I have learned from listening only.
I understand.
When I have started working, so there was no exposure of any like this language, especially. I
Understandable.
belong from a very small town and where there was no background of English. I am from Hindi medium. When I have started working, I was in client servicing department, so I have to talk everyone around the India, like so
Yeah,
every
talk
clients
to
were
everyone.
talking in English.
Understandable.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then I have started speaking slowly, slowly, slowly.
Right.
So
No
this,
worries, you have
yeah.
gained a lot of experience even listening to English because then if you have heard somebody speak in English, you have tried to speak it also. Sometimes the issue with certain people is they only hear but they don't speak and then they want to learn. But you are making that effort, you are correcting yourself, you're taking guidance. Trust me, it is not that difficult and you're halfway there. All you need to do is just help you out to fix wherever the gaps are and help you polish it. Then you're good to go. You can anyways talk to anybody in English. I did not have any issues understanding your English. So don't worry about that. All right.
Thank you.
Our
Thank you.
session's time is up. I cannot
Yeah.
give you any. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was wonderful session.
Likewise. Thank you.